Welcome back, everybody. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, the first ever cutscene of this game. See, there's still things to get excited for. And here's the iconic moment of Cloud on the motorcycle. And of course, the truck. Yeah, the truck. The truck happened too. So this is like the first ever time that an in-game cutscene was utilized in a Final Fantasy game. And we're talking like full-on CG like this. So you can actually get like... Well, you can get in-game and then you get these cutscenes, which are more theatrical. And boom! And also, guys, welcome back. It is time for us to leave Midgar. And what better way to be able to leave than on a motorcycle? Maybe you could have a card game on motorcycles. Card games on motorcycles! Okay, I'm good now. So this is actually a minigame that you can do, and you can actually do it later in the game for some extra points that a carnival will come across. But this is kind of fun to actually have happen. But right now I'm just setting up the party because right after the bike segment, we will get a boss fight, and I want to make sure that I have all my heavy hitters in here. So here we go, and happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good week so far. For me, it's just been busy. Trying to get everything going, as well as wrapping things up for the 4th and being able to spend time with family, and thankfully all of that's done by now. But I am actually recording it a little bit closer to when I was dealing with the situation. I know that's confusing for a lot of you people, but the bottom line is that I am recording this in advance, so time travel is a thing. I have bought my DeLorean. I do have a close relationship with Doc Brown, and that's how that goes. And actually, so while we're working our way through this, there is a little bit of a business update that needs to happen for this week. I think I've already said it in previous videos that I would be doing episode 1 of Castlevania. That has changed, so Friday afternoon you're going to get a Drak Vlogs on Castlevania from Netflix. Why the sudden change? Well, when I was trying to do when I was actually trying to watch it, because of one of the problems of the series, and I'm not going to go into detail here, you guys can check out the vlog tomorrow, I actually watched the entire thing. Usually I'm very good about just keeping to the episodes so that I can vlog, but because of an ongoing problem with the series, I watched the entire thing. So I've just decided, okay, I've watched the entire thing. I'm not even going to try and pretend that I've only watched one episode because I really couldn't do that at this point. So you're just going to get one vlog for Castlevania Season 1. And that's going to be tomorrow afternoon. That's going to be happening as well as... Unfortunately, I don't have anything else in the afternoon block today, but we will be doing a Tale of Drak through Friday morning. And yeah, plenty of stuff to look forward to next week as well. But yeah, for people who are expecting one episode of Castlevania, you're just going to get a vlog on all 4. Because it's like 2 hours to get through. Oh yeah, and by the way, that's the boss. I know you can't really tell what the model is, but yeah, that's the boss. It's like a big old tank. And now that we've taken care of that, it's time for a boss fight. And people have actually been asking, like, you haven't been saying the boss names, and most of the reason for that is they're robots, and therefore we have serial numbers, not actual names. So, unfortunately, I don't remember the serial numbers. I'm sorry. I have failed in my Final Fantasy duties. I'm so sorry. And then also, once again, I know I did this a lot, but I'm going to continue to do it. Happy 4th for at least this week, and then next week we'll stop talking about it. Happy 4th, Happy Canada Day, all that fun stuff. I know the reason I'm only bringing it up is because, holy crap, apparently the 4th of July, I don't know about Canada Day, but the 4th of July apparently extended to the 4th of July week. And nobody gave me the memo, because we've had fireworks going off every night since literally about 6 days ago. Or I guess in the timeline of this, yeah, it would be more like 8 days. Because it was like the previous Thursday we started having fireworks going off, and oh my gosh. Normally I wouldn't care. Like, for all the people who are just like, oh, you're just being insensitive, dude. Normally I don't care. But I have a toddler. And I put her to bed around 8. And seriously, these fireworks wake her up. Especially when the big ones go off. And guys, that is such a frustration, because you just barely got your daughter, or you got your kid down, and then all of a sudden, boom! Wah! And therefore, you now have to deal with this situation. And I'm just going to point out to the people who are actually complaining, oh my gosh, it's just for 1 week, give it a rest. You have no kids. So, shut up. I'm normally not mean to my community. I love my community, but this is one of those times where I'm like, you have no kids. Shut up. I have no problem celebrating the 4th of July. In fact, it's kind of a religious thing in my family. We make sure to watch stuff like yearly for it, and we treat the holiday with the respect that it deserves. But I'm also a parent, and it sucks. Especially since I have no problem sharing this story. One a-hole, and I don't know who it is in my neighborhood, decided to take one of those big fireworks, just boom, 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 and I believe it was bottle rockets, and lit it off right in my driveway. So obviously the question should be on you guys' mind is, how do you know it was in your driveway? Because he didn't pick up his crap. And yeah, that was one of those nights where my daughter did wake up, and I was very pissed. Anyway, well, what do we do now? Yeah, so let's get into some dialogue so I'm not angry. Sephiroth is alive. I have to settle the score. What score? And that'll save the planet? Seems like it. Alright, I'm going. I'll go too. I have things that I want to find out. About the ancients? Many things. I guess this is goodbye, Midgar. You don't technically have a bar to return to, Tifa, so yeah. I don't know how Red climbed down. I don't know if I want to know. Let's go and talk to everybody. I'm going back to my hometown. I'll go with you as far as that. I guess this is the start of our journey. It is indeed. Yay, traveling? It's dangerous. You sure you want to go? It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Oh, sorry. But you know, it should be alright if you keep your promise. And here's our heiress. You know what? This is the first time I've ever left Midgard. Really? You worried? It's dangerous. You sure you want to go? A little. No. Maybe a lot. But I have my bodyguard, right? And Barrett. We told Eris's mom to go somewhere safe. So Marlene should be safe too. Yeah, she should be. I don't know. She said she didn't want to stay in Midgar anymore. Maybe it's for the best. Yeah, probably. That's all everybody's opinions. I don't know why I'm standing here, but I am. Let's go ahead and leave. And let's stay here for a while, or let's go. Let's go. We need a group leader for our journey. Of course, only me can be the leader. No. You think so? It would have to be Cloud. Of course it would. He's the guy that got the most press attention. Alright, go northeast to a town called Calm. If something happens, we'll meet up there. Got to ruin my power trip. Besides, we can't have 5 people strolling down the fields. It's too dangerous. Split us into 2 parties. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, yeah, we now have too many party members, so this is going to be one of those wonderful things that makes grinding a little weird and complicated. But, here we go. We have our party so far. We'll see you at Calm. Later, at Calm. And this is where the world opens up. So we've spent so much time in Midgar. In fact, we have spent 13 parts in Midgar. We are now officially on the world map. And I have no problem admitting this. You'll eventually see a transition. This is where I started grinding. There's really no point in grinding in Midgar because you will get the necessary levels that you need to be able to get through that story. But from here on, it's a JRPG. You can continue. Like, I mean, you could literally go through the plot just with the levels that the game is going to give you. I'm not saying you can't, but for those who have followed these Final Fantasy Let's Plays, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I don't do that. I like to be a little overpowered. Nothing has changed here. But before we actually even do that, here is basically I want to say the last Midgar segment. And the reason I call it that is simply because we have a little bit of backtracking to do in the story before we can move things forward. And for people who have played Final Fantasy VII, you know what we're going into, but I'm going to assume that people who haven't are watching this for the first time, and welcome. So here is the town of Calm. Let's go ahead and meet up with people. Wow, actual towns. I'll bet a few of you were thinking we weren't going to see these. Looks like we've reached Calm. I wonder if everyone's here already. Let's hurry over to the inn. Yes. You hurry over to the inn. Let's go, Cloud. How about no? Because the first thing you do when you hit a new town, you check the shops. Come on, come on. Get good here, Red 13. Get good. It's JRPG. You check and see if there's any new gear, and you check and see if you can afford it. It's the way it's always gone. It's the way it's gonna continue to go. And if I could talk better, then that'd be amazing. So yeah, I've given a little bit of business for the channel. As far as stuff that is coming out next week, obviously I'll go into that next week. But really, we're not going to have any changes in schedule because you guys are already going to see it. Yeah, not really. I mean, the major changes, obviously, I was planning on doing weekly vlogs on Castlevania, but that's not going to happen simply because you guys will see tomorrow afternoon. Oh no, can I not afford it? I can't afford it. So, yay, we get to go sell stuff. As far as updates go, let's see, do I have any updates? Unfortunately, not really. I haven't been able to play too many games in my spare time this last couple of weeks. Just simply because of all the busy stuff going on in the meantime. Like, we had to transition to new shifts with my wife, which is thankfully over. And that meant that I had to transition. Thankfully, the transition is done, and now we're back to a regular schedule, so I'm hoping to get back to that soon. The other problem, too, is that I've got a lot of RPGs right now that need grinding that we're recording on, because I do the grinding for... me and my wife do the grinding for Kingdom Hearts, so we've been working on that. I do the grinding for Xenogears on Drak and Shadow, as well as the grinding on Final Fantasy VII. And I have no problem admitting this, but I've already done a grinding session in the recording, so I do have some footage aside from this. And then, that's usually how it goes. That's why I do a post-commentary, is that I can plow through the grinding, and then I can just record the next segment and go right into the grinding just in case. I know some people don't like it, but it seems to be working, and I can focus on you guys for a little bit. Mr. Cloud, your party is waiting on the second floor. Please get the big steroid-driven guy out of here. Cloud, you're late. This is nothing new to Cloud. Yo, man, you're late! We didn't set a time. Sorry to keep you waiting. Guess everyone's here now. So let's hear your story. You know, the one about Sephiroth and the crisis facing the planet. Let's hear it all. You don't want to hear it all, Barrett, but okay. I used to want to be like Sephiroth, so I joined Soldier. After working with Sephiroth on several missions, we became friends. You call that a friend? Yeah, well, he's older than me, and he hardly ever talked about himself. So I guess you'd call him a war buddy. We trusted each other, until one day. And one day, you cut into the transition. After the war, it was Soldier's duty to put down any resistance against the Shinra. That was 5 years ago. I was 16. And therefore an anime prodigy. Sure is raining hard. Hey, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright.
I wouldn't know. I've never had motion sickness. Thanks for bragging. Everything okay? Hey. I'm not even going to try and do the Sephiroth voice from Advent Children and all that. Settle down. They gave me some new materia. I can't wait to use it. Just like a kid. You gonna brief us about this mission? This isn't a typical mission. Good. Why do you say that? I joined Soldier so I could be like you. By the time I made first class, the war was already over. My big hopes of becoming a hero like you ended with the war. That's why I always sign up whenever there's a big mission. Kind of a way to prove myself. Say, how do you feel, Mr. Sephiroth? I thought you wanted a briefing. Our mission is to investigate an old Mako reactor. There have been reports of it malfunctioning and producing brutal creatures. First, we will dispose of those creatures. Then, we'll locate the problem and neutralize it. Brutal creatures? Where? The Mako reactor at Nibelheim. Nibelheim? That's where I'm from. Hometown. Sir, something strange just crashed into our truck! That would be a monster. Now, we do get combat segments in this story, but don't worry, it's all AI-driven. Because the second Sephiroth actually attacks, he wins. Boom, right there. Oh, I'm sorry. This time it might take 2 strikes for Sephiroth to kill it. And Cloud's dead. That's okay, Sephiroth won. Just to kind of give you a sense of how powerful Sephiroth is. It doesn't necessarily do the best, but I can see where they were going. Sephiroth's strength is unreal. He's far stronger in reality than any story you might have heard about him. So, where do you come in? Me? I was mesmerized by the way Sephiroth fought. And then we reached Nibelheim. Oh yes, this conversation. Well, how does it feel? It's your first time back into your hometown in a long time, right? So how does it feel? I wouldn't know, because I don't have a hometown. How about your parents? My mother is Genova. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father... What does it matter? Alright, let's go. You can't talk to the soldiers really quick and... Just keep wandering around here and you'll get in trouble. It's probably true. It's so boring being on watch. You want to do what we always do? Just sit tight. It's your job, right? Shall we practice? Practice? Oh, you mean practice my pose. Does someone in Soldier always have to be careful about what other people think? How did it go? So like this? Good job. I really don't want to be in Soldier. The Mako smell is pretty bad here. So at this point, we just need to move past Sephiroth and the soldiers, and we'll get additional stuff. Yo, wait a minute! Isn't that, the name of Sephiroth's mother? Ah, Barrett has connected the dots, so to speak. I remember Genova! That's that damn headless spook living in the Shinra building! That's right. Barrett, would you please let us hear what Cloud has to say? You can ask questions later. Tifa, I was only... Okay, Cloud, continue. It's a reunion of childhood pals. I was really surprised with Tifa. The town was quiet. Everyone must be staying in their houses, afraid to come out because of the monsters. No. Maybe they're afraid of us. We leave for the reactor at dawn. Make sure you get to sleep early. All we need is one lookout, so you others get some rest. Yay, break time! Oh, that's right. You may visit your family and friends. Yay! He gave us permission. We would have done it anyway. Man, I'm so nervous. How come? Look, you never know when a monster's gonna show up, right? And oh, this guy's kind of bummed. I heard Sephiroth was coming and got my camera ready. I want a shot of Sephiroth and a monster. Take my picture. Better get back in the house. It's dangerous. Alright, so big-headed. Hey, this guy's a real... Are you Cloud? Really? So that's how it is, huh? Somebody's mad. So you actually can go into the houses in Nibelheim and find out some plot details if you want. Welcome. Hey, aren't you... Oh, wait, what? Have I come here before? I don't remember. Now you're pissing me off! This don't matter, so get on with it! Aw, poor Barrett. But unfortunately, we've run out of time for this week. So when we get back, we will continue on into the story of Nibelheim 5 years ago.